Hello everyone, it's Shel from Paper Octio Studio. Today I'm sharing with you my first page for the My Life 2017 project. I'm treating mine as mostly an art journal. It seems like depending on who you're watching, of their four people who are doing this project, it kind of seems to be a combination of a planner, art journal, and maybe even a little bit of scrapbooking, saving tickets and pictures and ephemera and putting those in too. So I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do, but the first thing that they were talking about was deciding on a word um, for 2017. And I've done this for the last few years with somewhat success. Last year, my word was balance, and I'm not sure that I was very balanced at all. I worked myself too hard. I caused myself too much stress, and I don't think that I was all that balanced in my life. But this year originally I picked self-care, but then changed it to self-love. And what that means to me is taking care of myself instead of everything else and everyone else, which is what I tend to do. And that's a very common thing for females. We naturally just tend to be either trained or conditioned, or perhaps it's just our personality to take care of everything else before we take care of ourselves. I don't eat right. I skip meals. Sometimes I don't eat until the evening because I'm so busy making art and videos or doing other things that I need to do that I don't ever take the time to eat. I don't rest. I have a hard time sleeping, and I just don't rest. I don't get my hair done very often. I don't get my nails done. I forget to take my medication. I forget to take vitamins. I forget to put lotion on. I mean, my skin is always dry and I forget to put lotion on. So these are the kind of things that I need to focus on this year. I need to take care of my body. I need to take care of my health, and I need to take care of my mental health, and make sure that I'm not aging myself prematurely, and by the time I'm 60 I'll just drop dead because I've used myself up. So that's what my page is about. This is a very personal page to me, but I'm sharing it with you because it does have art on it, and just take it as you will. Whether it's an inspiration for other people to think about these type of things, or whether you just think I'm crazy. Either way, that's fine. So my journal that I've created for this project that I'm going to diligently try to keep up with. I believe it's weekly, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to do every single thing, but it sounded fun. It sounded like something that I'd like to play along with. So I created a journal that's 9 by 9 pages, square pages, and I have a cover, which I made a video of how I made the book and the cover as well. I'm not sure if that one's scheduled yet or edited yet, but anyway, so this is 140-pound cold pressed watercolor paper from Canson, and I trimmed it down. It's a 9 by 12 pad, and I trimmed it down to 9 by 9, and then that extra 3 by 12, or no, 3 by 9 piece, I'll make them into tags because that's a perfect tag size. So I have a stack of watercolor tag pieces left. I didn't want it to be 9 by 12. I wanted something that was manageable in my space, that I could make a page fairly quickly, but not so tiny that I'm constantly drawing little teeny tiny things. So I made this drawing with my graphite pencil, my mechanical pencil, and now I am collaging. This stack of stuff is from my bin of things that have been on my desk. I have that scrap bin thing that is just leftover bits and bobs, and I just grabbed a few pieces of tissue paper, different tissue papers out of there, mostly in the black, white, gray. I did grab one colorful piece of something, but I didn't end up using it. Just using some text, some music, some mandala shape type things, and dots and squiggles, things like that. And I collaged all that on using fluid matte medium. Then I'm using some different random stamps. These are all Stampin' Up! Stamps that I have, and just filling in the extra space using my archival ink. That would be an ink that doesn't run with water because I know I'm going to be putting more stuff over the top. So I did that next. Butterflies, hearts, leaves, things that I like. I like hearts. Hearts are my favorite. I love leaves. I was using things that are motifs that I enjoy personally. This is a personal page. It's really just for me, and so I can make it the colors and shapes that I want. The little drawing that kind of represents the idea of self-love to me, of the hands crossed in the gesture of love. That is actually American Sign Language. Love is putting your hands across like that. And she has her face tilted down a little bit like she's thinking, eyes closed. So that was the posture that I thought was suitable for this idea. Then I'm using my water-soluble crayons. These are the Neocolor 2 water-soluble crayons from Crayon Dash. And coloring those on and then blending with some of that. I did use my 2-inch brayer and put gesso over the background just to tone it down a bit because it was very stark with the black and the white. And that leftover gesso I'm just using to help me blend with water and leftover gesso to blend my water-soluble crayon. This helps to seal the crayon. It's a watercolor product, so every time you get it wet, it's going to continue to get wet. So it's going to continue to move. So by mixing in the water with a little bit of the gesso, or I'm going to put some white acrylic paint out eventually, kind of makes it more creamy of a blend because I do use the crayon direct to the paper, and also helps to seal it in, make it, stick. So then I'm just picking colors that I favor, which are purples, pinks, a little bit of an orangey yellow for contrast, and a little bit of green. The color of the year this year for Pantone is a gorgeous color. It's called Greenery. I will be making some art with it soon. The Creative Arts Collaboration event for this month is all about using the Pantone color of the year, but I love the color. I wasn't that thrilled last year with that baby pink and baby blue that they had. I wasn't really into those, but man, I love this green color. So this green that I used on my page here is a little bit similar. It might be a little bit more yellowy, but it's like a spring green. I like that. I think that that's a great color for the year. So then I've got some bright pink. So these are colors that I like. These are colors that make me happy, and I'm all into purple, and I like these coordinating colors with it. And this page is about my stuff. So therefore it's my colors, my shapes, and things that I like. Yeah. So I'm also blending the color with my finger, using the white acrylic paint as well, adding some lighter spots around. I have trouble leaving white on a page. It's really tricky for me. So I add the white back in a little bit with the white acrylic. Then I'm just going in and adding shadows and more detail to my little person using the method of taking the color directly off the crayon using a brush, wet brush. Then I go back in and blend it a little bit with the diluted white acrylic paint. And this process, I could have done this for another 10 hours. I mean, I like to do this. I like to add and take away color in this method. That first one was a pink, and then now I'm using an ochre. And rather than taking the color off the crayon, this time I just scribbled them really hard onto my deli paper, and I just pick it up with the wet brush. Then go back in, pick up a little bit more, put some on. Then I switch to my water barrel brush, which has a synthetic bristle to it, which is a little bit easier to use with this process of blending with acrylic paint. I remembered that after I was using that little brush, and I thought, hey, wait, I want to use my synthetic brush. So picking it up off the paper, putting it on, getting a little bit of the diluted white, blending it, continuing, doing that over and over, adding more color, taking away, adding highlights. Yeah, it's a process, and it's something that I enjoy doing. So I just keep doing it, and I'll be doing it for a while. I'm not sure what else I can say about that. I'm not all that happy with this drawing, actually. I mean, I think it conveys what I was trying to say, but I cannot draw hands. They're so hard to draw. They look so dumb, no matter what I do. They're just dumb. Hands are dumb. I mean, I know we need them. We need these fingers and everything, but they sure are the boon of an artist. I have trouble with them, a lot of trouble. So, I mean, at least I made the right number of fingers on there. That's always good. But other than that, they don't look that realistic. Excuse me. Everyone yawn along with me. So then I go back in with my soft graphite in my mechanical pencil and darken things up again. When you have lines and then you go over them with different media, then you cover up the lines and you make them lighter. So then you got to go back in, put the lines back in. But I did actually use this as shadow. I did a very stark looking shadow on this this face, maybe more than I normally would have. Also, graphite is water soluble, so then when I go back in with my wet brush again, it smears a little bit. I can move it around. So it's a different thing to do. Coloring in some more color onto her hair. I used a very dark brown. This person doesn't really look like me. Like, I should have made something that looked more like me, like more of a self-portrait. I don't have dark hair like that, but the page dictated that the hair be dark because the background is so bright and colorful that there needed to be contrast. So my hair is actually lighter brown with a purple streak. So I kind of want to get my whole head done purple, except for they have to bleach your hair to put the purple in, which is something that I'm not sure that I want to bleach my entire hair, and that's the reason I haven't made my entire head purple. Because it's high maintenance, it washes out very quickly, and so then you have to keep redoing it, and so having to do every strand of hair on my head constantly just doesn't seem realistic, so that's the reason I just have the streak. And it washes out to a very pale blonde eventually, and then I have to get it redone. It actually needs to be redone right now. It's like a white blonde in that streak right now. So I need to get that done before I'm going to be gone for 5 days to go to the memorial services that we've planned in another state. So I'd like to get my hair fixed before I do that. And my nails too, but I don't know if I'm going to have time. But that's neither here nor there. So then I did like a light periwinkle blue type color on the shirt. I was going to leave it white, but I thought that it was just a little bit too much. I just didn't like it to be completely white, so I colored it in slightly. Same method. just keep going over it and going over it and going over it. I'm not sure that I ever know when to stop. So finally I just made myself stop. And then I'm using my fine tip Posca pens to draw over the word again, and a few of these little hearts that I had stamped, I decided to highlight those with the black as well. And then I decided maybe I would add some positivity by using a stencil that has plus signs. Haha, get it? Positivity, plus signs, ha ha ha. I believe this is a Heidi Swap stencil. I believe so. I'll look for it and see if I can't link it for you down below, if I remember to do my links. And that's just the white paint I was using, just this white acrylic, titanium white. I just wanted to have another more white element on the top because I had lost all my white. And then I color in the hearts with the crayons and go in and add some sketchy black lines with my Posca pen over the figure. She had to get her fingernails done. Yeah. Then I decided to color in the letters. I wasn't sure if I was going to make the letters solid black or solid white or colored, and I decided to go with color. So I used the purple and the pink crayon and just kind of blend them in, and I'm happy with that. Put on a black squiggly line border around the page. I have to touch the letters up again for the third time. And then I decided to make a bullet list of the things I was thinking about in relation to self-love, the things that I want to do. I want to take care of myself. I want to, eat right, lose weight, go exercise some, remember to do these things. And so I put them in a bullet list there on that side. Then I thought there needed to be more hearts. So I got that heart stamp back out, adding some highlights with my white Posca pen. And then I'll go and color in the hearts with the same crayons. If you're enjoying this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment so I know you were here. Subscribe if you haven't. Otherwise, you might not know when videos come out. And share if you want to. And I will leave the link to this group that I'm following along on Facebook down below, so that if you guys want to play with this group as well, you can. I added some black splatters, and then I'm still fussing, going back in with the pens, deciding that her lips need to be pink, so I put some pink and then I put some black, and the black bled into the pink, so then I had to clean it up, just over and over and over. Added some white highlights to the letters, and I think I'm about done. Oh, I do decide to add a few more solid hearts around the border using some archival ink. The color is Desert Flower, which is a nice bright fuchsia pink, which I like. So I think that's it for me, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.